Good day, everyone. Welcome to Wormbait One Day with your host, Steve Holt. We're here for an article review that we're going to break down called The Movement That Has Men Dropping Out of Society and a Sexodus. Now, this is a woman's take on what men going their own way is a part of the manosphere. So, let's jump right into the article and get to it right away. Okay. Alright, we'll see here. The Movement That Has Men Dropping Out of Society and a Sexodus by Melanie Radzicki McManus. Okay, so we get a woman's take on it. No problem. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, here's a little picture here with a guy on a notebook or laptop. Nothing on it. Just got no battery power. Don't know what the heck he's doing. Caption reads, "Some men are separating themselves from society out of frustration with the poor economy and a strong feminist movement." Okay, let's continue to read. Some are calling it the sexodus. Wait, hold on. Dr. Evil. It is the growing trend among young men to opt out of relationships with women and with society. Men who find the philosophy attractive eschew dating, leave the traditional workforce, and spend a lot more time online alone. Oh, alone or online. So they leave the traditional workforce and spend a lot of time alone or online. I think most fellas prefer to keep to themselves, peace and quiet. Nothing wrong with that. There's even a group devoted to the practice called Men Going Their Own Way. Pronounced MGTOW. MIGs. Must have to do with Russians. We know that's pure evil. Can't have that. Those dirty men. Unlike traditional men's rights group, which push back against feminism with activism of their own, the MGTOW movement advocates that males reject long-term relationships, earn only as much money as needed to sustain life and a few simple pleasures, and just disengage from society. Okay, why would they want to do that? Well, you probably distant yourself from things that you're not too happy with. So if there are a group of men that are unhappy with society, why should they participate? Why should they help? Should they contribute to programs that they don't see helping them, benefiting them? If they're going to work harder to prop up those things they don't like, well, they're not going to work as hard. Because it means then hurting those things in society that are set up, and it's kind of their way of getting back. Makes sense, war of attrition. Much interaction takes place online in forums like Reddit. Oh God. Because Reddit is the end-all, be-all of discussion. Oh God, that's just a meme haven, which, don't get me wrong, you'll get some good entertainment over there, but I don't know if that's generally where people go for good discussion. Lots of discussion of getting sexual needs met while eschewing long-term relationships with women. Her name's Jill. That's no secret. The impetus for the sexodus is feminism, says Emily Aries and Bridget Todd, co-hosts of the podcast Stuff Mom Never Told You. Okay, so these two ladies probably know what they're talking about if, Mom never told you this stuff. In a recent episode devoted to the phenomenon, the two note the economy is one main cause of men's disaffection with women in society. The economy? What in particular? Okay, let's keep going. In the U.S., the economy has transitioned over the past century from one based on manufacturing to one based on service. Okay, this is true. I believe more than 2/3 of all jobs are service jobs in our nation. We still do have manufacturing, but a lot of it is subbed out to, like with appliances, you got Mexico, China, Costa Rica, all kinds of different nations making parts for our products that are used here. There's not a lot of made in the USA components anymore. Usually when you buy something here, they'll mention it's engineered in the USA, designed in the USA, maybe even assembled in the USA, but it probably doesn't have American-made parts. Very unlikely. And that has to do with, I mean, ultimately, cost of production and outsourcing and moving those jobs overseas so that they're able to make more products for less cost, getting a higher profit, these companies. I mean, that's business. I don't agree with it, because I will say that, you know, in terms of like kitchen appliances for the most part, very easy to say the quality of them has dropped off, no doubt, but that's a part of what it is. In the U.S. Manisher label. Yeah, so we went from manufacturing to service. For guys, that means the loss of strong, burly, such as trucking and factory work. Okay, trucking, logistics is still a thing, and we'll get a little bit into the numbers of that in just a sec, but okay, factory work, yeah, but trucking is a service. We still need to move product. I would even argue actually there's more trucking jobs. I don't know the statistics, probably should have gone into that. More trucking jobs now, since there's more demand for more products, even useless crap, than there was years ago. This includes food, entertainment, home remodeling products, things like that. I mean, look at home remodel stores such as Home Depot, Lowe's, and how they've blown up in the last 30 years and the amount of products they offer. And it's not just a hardware store anymore. They've got all kinds of things, different light fixtures, different cabinetry, all different styles, all different paints. There's a lot of choices. With more choices to get that, there has to be more logistics to get those more choices to those locations. And when you have a growing population of more people, that's going to overall increase the demand, not even adding for choices, but the fact that you have more people. So I'm going to disagree with the trucking one. In its place are service-based jobs that rely predominantly on soft skills such as collaboration, empathy, and listening. Skills typically associated with females. I won't disagree with the empathy and listening for skills being associated with females, but service-based jobs. Okay. What are service-based jobs that keep us alive and well in society as we know it today? All right, let's take an average home for instance. We got to have bricklayers. Oh wow, look at that. Service job, bricklaying. 92% are men. Okay, well what else is a service in a home we can provide here? HVAC, yeah, we want to control the climate in the home. We want to be comfortable. Oh, F me. 92% of those are also men. Okay, Alright, well, what else? What else can we have in a home? Or do we have in a home that we need to provide a service for here? Okay, we got electricians. Oh, look at that. Imagine that. 86% are men. Okay. And even going back just real quick to HVAC, not the electrician, I'm not ragging on Sparkies right now with this comment. Well, I am a little bit, because screw them. But for the HVAC tech and the bricklayer, you're going to have a lot of push-pull carrying, very physical work. I think you could say, these ladies might disagree, but a bricklayer is a physically demanding, burly, strongman job. I think you could argue that to a sense with an HVAC technician too. Carrying equipment, installing equipment, carrying 50-pound tool buckets up ladders, the tanks for it, the refrigerant, setting the units, all that. That has weight. Electricians, so far they are the least amount of men. 86% in the United States to keep society going. Okay, well, what else? All right, we got to construct the house. We got to build the house. Oh, okay, 88% are men. That's a service job. Okay. What else? What else do we need? All right, we got the house built. Garbage collecting. Oh, 87% are men. Oh, so women don't want to collect garbage? One of the things that keeps society going, getting rid of waste and refuse from our address, it's predominantly done by men. That's a service. I'm sure you could argue that's a burly job too. Absolutely. Some of the crap people throw away, couches, heavy TVs, those guys got to pick that stuff up and get it up and in. Okay. All right, what else do we have? All right, we got running water. All right, yeah, we have water. Okay. Oh, 91% are men. Ah. Gosh, where are the women at in these service jobs? This is just to construct a home, for Christ's sake. Okay, so all right, 91% plumbers. All right, plumbers, you could argue, dirty job. Decent pay. Your average salary in the United States is $51,800, so $54,000, a little bit over average. Not bad. Seattle, apparently the average wage is $78,000, so plumbers do really well out there. Okay, women. What? All right. What about roofs? Yeah, we have to have roofs that can't leak. So how many women are roofers? Only 6%. Darn. Okay, that's a service. That's a strong, burly job, no doubt. Alright, well, okay, what about the walls? Get the walls up for, even less. 5% are male, or female, I'm sorry. 5% of drywall hangers are female. You know, that dirty, dusty job where you're walking around on stilts, screwing sheets of board that are 8 foot by 4 foot to the wall. Yeah, that's mainly done by men. Okay, well, carpentry, there we go. Woodwork, artistic talent, up. Wow. 92% men, 5% women. So we got 3% unidentified. My God. Okay, so service jobs. Here we go. All right, the home's built. Deliveries. Everyone loves Amazon. Everybody, eBay, FedEx, all that crap. Well, screw me again. 80%, majority, still men. Men are who are still doing the logistics of getting those products to your door. All right. Service jobs. We'll find one that's predominantly women. All right, safety, security. Soldiers, infantry. All right, majority are men, nearly 3/4. Okay. All right, grounds crews. We got to keep the outside nice. We got to mow, nice landscaping, all that stuff. This has to be women. This is artistic talent. This is all about the social norms of communication and empathy and... Never mind, 85% of ground crews are men. Alright, well... Alright, what about the stores? Keeping the stores stocked. Keeping all the fresh food out. Everything ready to go when you walk in. That's gotta be more women. You know, it's got empathy, it's got... Nope, only about 1 in 4 are women. Nearly 70% are men. Okay. It's got to be... Alright, truck drivers. You know, logistics. We've lost those truck driving jobs. Now, granted, here we have a report of, in the U.S., 1.4 million truck driving jobs that are currently... drivers are currently employed at. Average age is 48. So not a lot of young blood. Oh! Look at that. 88% are men. But I thought men weren't driving the trucks. I mean, you've got to have, you know, empathy and social skills to do that. So all these service industry jobs, we had over 10 that we listed just for your home to stay standing. The roof, the electric, the plumbing, the carpentry, the drywall, the logistics of getting the things to the store, to get it done, stocking the store, all that. Yet they were all mainly done by men. Every single one of them. Usually at about a 90% rate. So what are these women talking about with a service industry that women are running? It's men keeping the homes up, keeping the homes in good repair, keeping your bellies full, all of that. I guarantee you more farmers are men too, but those are goods. They're technically providing a good. That would be like a manufacturing. I would consider it. So we won't count that. But all these service jobs. And really, I thought carpenter would be one of the ones that would have a good share of women. And no, it's just as low as electrician, HVAC worker, plumber, all that stuff. 5%. Personally, I don't know of any female drywall hangers, female HVAC technicians, female electricians, female plumbers, any of that. The only thing I can say I know women that are involved in are stocking and delivery driving, which had our lowest percentage, so that would make sense from that standpoint. Because again, delivery drivers, 17% women, and then our stocking of the shelves, we had 26 to 27% are women. So in those I do, but a majority are men. And again, with these jobs, I would argue a lot of them, if not all of them, are strong, burly man jobs. So, needless to say, this Mrs. Melanie Radzicki McManus, well, technically, she's just reporting on what Emily, so actually, I should say Emily and Bridget here don't know what the hell they're talking about. I don't think. But that's neither here nor there. So all those service jobs, mainly done by men. Okay. Regardless of their empathy and listening skills. Because obviously men can't be empathetic whatsoever. Okay, with good reason, a 4-year study of 55,000 professionals from 90 countries by Korn Ferry's Hay Group showed that women scored better than men in 11 of 12 emotional intelligence competencies. I'll look at that study later. I did not. These included adaptability, coaching and mentoring, conflict management, emotional self-awareness, and empathy. Okay. Coaching and mentoring? Really? I'm sorry, but when I was doing sports, I would much rather have a feller coach and mentor me. As a man, I'd rather have a man coach and mentor me. As a woman, I'm sure you'd rather have a woman coach and mentor you. So, adaptability, oh man, I gotta write this down. Adaptability, according to adaptability. Okay, that's a good one. According to these women, Bear Grylls did a, oh my god. We might have to go over that. Bear Grylls did a fantastic experiment. Better than any of the Bumble ones we've ever done. Where he drops a group of able-bodied men into the wilderness and a group of able-bodied women into the wilderness. And their jobs essentially survive, get along, adapt to your environment. And the men came up with a system to maintain food, water, and shelter without any assistance from outside sources. Now, the women in the group needed outside sources from the production team, or else they would have probably bought the farm. Within not even 12 hours, they were fighting, this is going to come off as sexist, but it's in the video, broken nails, they were arguing with each other. As it got dark, they didn't know what the heck was going on the first day. When it was all said and done, the men built a successful society within themselves, had their roles, had their jobs, and they got along great. The men adapted to their environment 5,000 times better than the women did. And they didn't need help. So for this Corn Fairy Hay group to say that women are better at adaptability, bullshit. Absolute bullcockery. No way. Coaching, mentoring, 50-50. Conflict management. When people disagree, when there's war, when there's battle, when you're butting heads, you're telling me women are better for that? Women score higher on the Hay group study. Are you shitting me? Emotional self-awareness and empathy. Let's give it to them. Let's give it to the ladies. But to say, I'm sorry, adaptability is the absolute biggest red flag. No way. No way. I'm going to have to check out this 4-year study later. Make a note of that. Okay, adaptability. Bear Grylls drops off survivors, men, and separate group of men and a separate group of women. Check it out. It's very interesting. Okay, gosh, I'm getting too fired up. Let's continue. Plus, since 1982, women in the U.S. have earned 10 million more college degrees than their male counterparts. Correct. Yes, correct. And as of 2006, women have consistently dominated the world of college degrees, earning the majority of associates, bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees awarded across the nation. Again, correct. But what are those degrees in? Are those degrees in the STEM fields? Are they in science? Are they in technology? Are they in engineering? Are they in math? Oh, wait. That's mainly what the guys are doing. So women are getting their master's degrees in sociology and gender studies and these other degrees where they are dominating, no doubt. But how does that help for a better society? Is a gender studies degree going to help to construct your home with all those service jobs that we showed earlier? I'd be willing to bet against it. I'd put all the marbles on it, to be honest. Gosh, this is... Alright, but that is fact. Absolute fact. And they do have a link. We're not going to click on it. But yes, women are earning more college degrees than men. There also are, which they're not going to mention this, are more scholarships awarded to women than there are to men. Let's continue. Meanwhile, from 2000 to 2015, the percentage of lower skilled men aged 21 to 55 who had a job dropped from 84% to 77%. 7% reduction in 15 years, so about 0.5% a year. Okay. I don't think that we're preparing men to thrive in our society. Oh! I think Bridget and Bridget and Emily are a little worried if the men aren't there to help society. They don't care about men thriving in society. Of course they don't. They want women to get more degrees. Why would they care about men thriving in a society? Interesting. Oh, Bridget said that, so I'm sorry. Sorry, Emily or Leslie. It's Bridget. And men going their own way can be thought of as a reaction to that. Some alienated men feel society treats men in... Oh, this is good. Some alienated men feel society treats men unfairly in areas such as divorce. Yes. It's not feel, that's a fact. Women initiate 70% of the divorces. Women get 90% of all custody in those divorces. When a man gets divorced, he only gets 3% of alimony payout. It's the guys that are usually being turned upside down. Hulk Hogan, best example, he lost 2/3 of all his liquidatable assets to his first wife and 40% of his company ownership to his first wife. So it can be argued Hulk lost more than half of what he had to his ex-wife through divorce, which is usually initiated by women, more than 2/3 of the time. Feel men treat unfairly. It's called statistics. Bridget and Emily, come on. God, you guys need to get over yourselves. All right, divorce, talked about that. Alimony, yep, 3%. And child support, absolutely. There are plenty of men, which, shame on them for being in these positions, where they've been married multiple times, have multiple children. The state garnishes your paycheck. When it's all said and done, they're getting squat. Nada. It all goes to support the kids. Which, I mean, hey, you had them. You should support them. But the way the system's set up, it's going to bleed that guy dry. Even if his income falls, the payments won't change. How is that fair? How is that fair if women initiate this, then end up screwing the men? Do I feel that's wrong? Yeah, I feel it's wrong, but the statistics also say it's wrong. They say they're getting screwed. It's a fact. Christ. Okay, let's continue. So with women making impressive gains in the job market, as well in the social and family realms, some males don't see the point in societal participation. Again, because when divorces happen that women initiate and they fall back on those social programs that Big Daddy government put into place, why would men want to get into something with a high chance of failure, and then if it is a failure, they get cleaned out? Yeah, I get it. I get why men might not want to be a part of society. Oh, Lordy. The co-hosts point out this coupling of feminism's rise and a men's rights backlash is not new. During the suffragette movement, women suffering, that's for voting. I'm sorry, that's a man show joke where they had the kid go around, try to remember to throw a shot here of him, Steve, but he went around saying, end women's suffrage, and a lot of the women got on board, because, yeah, we got to end women's suffering. No, it's their right to vote. There was a rise in men's clubs. So men's clubs existed before. But a lot of men's clubs now have to allow women to come in, or they're considered sexist. Oh, Lord. The difference this time is in social isolation and the life online. So they're saying men don't need clubs because of the internet, I guess, so screw those guys. Hopefully the sexodus is a temporary phase because, as Bridget, in her ultimate wisdom that we all proved was, well, horse cockery, says society functions best when both women and men are happy and fulfilled. Well, no duh. If you have two parties that enter into an agreement, any business deal, I'm business A, I'm business B, I make bricks, you buy bricks. Well, I make them and I continue to supply them to you at this price that you purchase them from, and you actually pay me when you purchase those, or you're good for it and pay in 30 days. Whatever the business deal is. That's considered a working relationship. Simple. Part A takes care of Part B, so Part B takes care of Part A, Company B. So if men are happy and men feel they are being fulfilled, they are being appreciated. Let's not even say happy. Let's just say men are appreciated. Men will then continue to perform these tasks to keep homes up, society going, all of this. But if the statistics are against the men, why wouldn't some of them drop out of society? Why not all of them? Is it going to eventually go to that? I don't know. I've never really thought about it, but life's too comfortable, generally. People enjoy the climate control, the running water, the electricity. Hey, I'm using electricity right now. I got this bad boy running. Of course. We enjoy those things. But so those things from society that are being offered from other men, typically men, majority men, guys can partake in those. Guys can then stay online in these groups on Reddit and all these other places. But why would they enter into a business deal with, say, a woman if the divorce courts are unfair to them, if women can get divorced for any reason? We did the story on the woman that requested a divorce in less than 24 hours because of cake on the face from the wedding. Less than 24 hours, people. Wants a divorce. Over what she admittedly said was a prank. She said it was in terrible taste. She said it was awful and she requested it not be done. We don't know the other side of the story. There's always two sides to a story, folks, and we don't know it. But when her whole family is telling her you shouldn't get divorced so easily, but that's the easy option now. You're not happy? Leave. I was even talking to somebody about two people I know that are married. They've been married a long time. Over 40 years. They bicker, they bitch a lot, but they get along. And I was talking to, actually, it was a woman, kind of about this group, and some things, and some statistics. And I mentioned this group of people, and I said, you know, they're always at each other, but they still get it done. You know, they still take care of each other at the end of the day. And this woman said, so why don't they just get divorced already? My response was, well, what the hell about for better or for worse? That just gets thrown out the window because, well, they don't chum along all the time. They're not the happiest together. Yeah, they butt heads. But they still get the job done. They still take care of each other. And after 40 years, you're just going to pull the plug on that? Seems asinine to me, but that was a woman's perspective. Why not just get divorced? You know, that's just the easy way. It's so easy. You can just call up a guy, like 15 grand, hell, and you can take 2/3 of his liquid assets, 40% of his company. Why not? I don't know. I didn't think this article was going to get me that fired up. There's not enough burly man jobs, apparently. So I have all that pent up, and I need to go to Reddit. I got to go to... God, Dear Reddit, I am upset with ladies, and they need to do better to want me to stay in society. Signed, a disgruntled male. I don't know, folks. I'm sorry about that. Link in the description for this article if you want to review it. We might check out that Corn Fairies Hey group 4-year study. In fact, I'll click on that now so I remember to do that. We might have to check out that study because apparently men are not as good at adapting as women. Ask any woman that has running water in a toilet if you can just take that away. Yeah, see her reaction. See how well she adapts. What's a guy going to do in that situation? He'll be just fine. Thanks a lot, folks, for watching. Really appreciate it. This is Worm Bait One Day. We'll be signing out. We'll probably have another article here, and then we'll get into some more experimentation. We were debating on this guy for face verification or a chair. I'm thinking a coffee maker, because it'd be easy to put your hand next to. Maybe get some googly eyes for it. I think we could easily have a coffee pot pass as a human being on Bumble. Well, I say easily, but that's me being arrogant and cocky, seeing how well it's gone up to this point. But we'll have another article review here. Thanks a lot for this article being on that talks about the sexodus and the movement of men that is dropping out of society. So, thanks very much. This is Worm Bait One Day, signing out.